What's going on, UFC card lovers? My name is Damien and welcome back to another episode of UFC Card Talk. Here at UFC Card Talk, not only do we talk about everything to do with UFC cards, from collecting to investing, but we also will cover the latest in the UFC card hobby news. Today's episode is proudly brought to you by, proudly sponsored by, toothpaste. Have you ever tried to brush your teeth without using toothpaste? It's an absolutely horrible experience, and I hope that no one out there ever has to experience that. It is not the 1800s anymore. Go out and buy yourself some toothpaste, and shout out to them for sponsoring today's episode. Of course, this week we do have the upcoming UFC Fight Night event, Alexa Grasso versus Viviane Araújo. We're going to cover 3 fights and the card prices of those fighters in this episode, and we're also, towards the end of the episode, I'm going to show some recent pickups of mine. I've got these cards in hand from a mail day that I had this past weekend. Firstly, I just want to give a shout out to Joe's Card Stash. I'm 99.9% sure that anyone who is watching this video has of course heard of Joe and watched some of his videos. But if you haven't already, please check out his videos, check out his content. It's really high quality and he does great work with UFC cards. Very sad to hear about Macy Collectibles no longer making any content. He was an absolute OG of UFC cards, but as Joe pointed out, it's great that there are some new UFC content makers. It's exactly the reason why I decided to make this YouTube channel, was because there basically is just not enough UFC card dedicated content out there. Other guys such as Matt, the Golden Octagon, as well as Box Alarm Trading. If you're anything like me, I just cannot get enough of UFC card hobby content. So thanks to Joe and everyone else who has sent me messages on Instagram, who has sent me messages or has commented on my videos. I really appreciate all the support that's been given so far to this brand new channel, and I hope that we can keep moving forward together. Now that all that stuff's out of the way, let's get to this week's Fight Night event. We'll start first with Alexa Grasso. So you're going to find Alexa Grasso's rookie card in the 2017 Topps product. We can see here first, starting off with a 2017 Museum Collection, first on-card auto, numbered to 99, recently bought October 8 for $69.99. We also have an example here of her 2022 Prism autograph. Very cool auto. You got the little heart which personalized a little bit, so that's pretty cool if you're a collector of Alexa. We've got her 2017, her Topps Chrome rookie card, PSA 9, sold for 4 bids. October 7th, $10. Another good example here of her Prism Panini autograph with a little heart on the end of it. They're cool cards. We have her 2018 Topps Museum Collection, another auto, numbered to 99, on-card auto, sold for $40. Here we have the big one. We've got a 2022 Prism UFC Gold Alexa Grasso, numbered out of 10. It's a PSA 10, it's a Pop 1, best offer accepted from $600. We can only speculate, maybe $450, $500, $550 that one went for, but still a really great card. That's obviously a very high chase card if you're a collector or if you're an investor of Alexa. We have another example of the 2017 Museum on-card autos. So a lot of autos we've been seeing sold, basically almost all of these. We'll check out Viviane's cards now. So Viviane, I believe we're going to find her rookie card in the 2020 product of Topps. That was their last release before Panini took over. Starting first with the 2022 Don Ross Signatures Gold, best offer accepted for less than $60. That's a very neat autograph, so that's kind of cool. We have another one, a Panini Select Gold, 3 of 10. 16 bids, went for $27. We have the Chronicles Flux, sold October 5th, 3 bids, $6. So we can see here with Viviane, it's another example where the female fighters, they just don't seem to get the attention or the love these cards they deserve, to be honest. I know this is a Flux product. I personally like the Flux, to be honest. I like that the colors, they just look so much, the Flux, the way they use highlighted colors, the bright colors, even the pictures, the way that they have a double image on them, they're just so much different from the typical Prism or Topps products. So I think they're kind of cool. So awesome value if you happen to be a Viviane collector. What I think might happen, we'll start with Alexa. Alexa's been around for a lot longer than what Viviane has, in the UFC at least. As we saw, her rookie card was from 2017. If she wins this fight, of course, whoever wins this fight is going to be pushing towards the titles. And Alexa Grasso does have a bit of a name in the women's flyweight division compared to some of the other girls. So I do think we could see a bit of a push in her prices. Nothing too extravagant, of course, until she's actually in that title fight. There'll be a bit more of a bump. But I do think we could see 5 or 10% price increase for Grasso's cards if she does win this fight. Vivian, on the other hand, being a little bit newer, I think if she loses, we've already seen her prices of her cards are already fantastic value. So we're not going to get too much of a pricing drop in her cards if she does lose. And this certainly won't be her last title run. So I think if Vivian wins, it'll be the same sort of deal. We'll see a slight bump increase, maybe more of an increase than if Alexa wins. That's because there is just more value in Vivian's cards right now, so that I would expect to see a high percentage bump in her card pricing. Moving on now to the co-main event of the evening, we have one of my favourite fighters of all time. I'll show his card here. It's sitting in the background. It's Cub Swanson coming up against Jonathan Martinez. Jonathan Martinez, unfortunately, does not have any cards out yet. Maybe if he wins, there'll be an instant product release for him next week. But I dare say if he wins, it will definitely be in the 2023 UFC release product. We will see a rookie card of Jonathan's. But let's dedicate this time now to this man here. We can see it is the 2017 Topps Museum Collection. It's an on-card, numbered to 99 autograph. Very, very cool card. I sit it here on my desk, obviously. Just reminds me to basically not be a pussy. I love the way that Cub Swanson fights. He's a highly exciting fighter to watch. He's a real fighter's fighter. This is his first run in bantamweight. So I think this is quite interesting for him. We'll go over some of his recent sales. We got a 2015 Topps Knockout Auto, sold October 7th. $13. We have a 2014 Topps UFC Champions on-card auto. That's a sticker auto, $8. We have a matte relic card, $4. A couple of Panini Prisms. The red Prism from the first release of Prism 2021, sold for $2. Oh, look at this one. This makes me very, very sad. Cub Swanson 2021 Orange Prism, numbered 73 of 99. It sold for $1.22. Unfortunately, I didn't know about this auction. I love the orange prisms. I spoke about this on a previous episode, but they basically are poor man's gold. And to have picked this card up for $1.22, congratulations. I hope that was a collector. And to be fair, if you are buying Cub Swanson, I think it is mainly collectors who are doing so. Not too many people are investing long-term in Cub Swanson. He's not exactly the most hype fighter in the UFC. He's just really a fan favorite. So congrats to anyone who got that card for $1.22. That is crazy. And I wish I had picked that card up myself. So we can see here, basically scrolling, we've got a 2018 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor, number 28 of 50, $7.50. That's the only thing that I would want to mention also while we're looking at some Topps products from the last few fighters is that if you can, the way that I collect, even the way that I invest, Topps Chrome is basically a hobby known product, meaning that whether you collect football, whether you collect baseball, whether you collect basketball, Topps Chrome is known throughout all these sports, and it's normally desired by a lot of collectors and a lot of investors. 2017 was the first year of Topps Chrome for UFC, so that gives it some significance, exactly how 2021 was the first year of Panini gives the same significance to the UFC market. So if you can, for example, if you are a collector or investor of Cub Swanson, if you have the opportunity, obviously his rookie card is from 2012. I know that for a fact. If it's not his rookie card, if you can get a fighter with and they're in the 2017 Topps Chrome product, then there's some of the cards that you want to be buying. Obviously not the base. You want to be getting some of those numbered refractors of those or some of the on-card autos. They're the cards that you should be chasing if you can, if the fighter has a product in that release. And as I said, same thing goes for first year Panini. So the next fight, the last fight of the evening, we're going to be talking about these two, Askar Askarov coming up against Brendan Royval. Now, I was been looking at Askarov's prices for quite some time now, and I know that his prices have come down significantly since he lost that undefeated record when he lost to Kai Kara France. Before that, he was quite a hype rookie. Obviously, 2021 was the release of his rookie cards. So having an undefeated rookie in the first year of Prizm, that is something that gets collectors and investors' attention. So his pricing was quite decent this time last year, for example. But since having that loss to Kai Kara-France, since getting that L on his record, he has had a bit of dip in prices, and I'm sure we're going to see this now as we scroll through. 2021 rookie, Silver Prizm. Can't go an episode without getting onto these Silver Prizms. $4. Buy it now. Or the Mojo Prizm. That's from this year, 2022 product. 25 of 25, $14. So we can see some really good value here for Askarov. 2022 Green Pulsar Prizm, $5.50. We have the 2022 1 of 10 gold, $41, 9 bids, September 20th. The gold shimmer out of 5, even better, $53 for the 2022 gold shimmer for Askarov. We have a not greatly centered, but it's 2021 red Prizm out of 275, $9. SGC 9 blue Prizm, September 5th, 5 bids, $8.50. So yeah, basically his prices have come down significantly since that loss. We can check out Brandon's prices now. I believe we're going to find Brandon's rookie card in the same release, 2021 Prizm. We'll find that out. We have a recent select red Prizm from this year, $2.80, 3 bids, October 8th. We have a white Sparkle 2022 product, $21.50. That had 9 bids, October 4th. I love these rated rookies from 2021. I don't know what it is. I think it's the real old school look that they have, almost vintage. It's very vintage looking, like 80s type card, and I don't know what it is, but I think they look very cool. Big fan of the rated rookies from 2021. 2022 red Prizm, 99 cents. So yeah, Brandon, he's not getting much love in the card community at the moment. We have the 2022 pink Pulsar Prizm, 1 bid, $54.45 back in September 14th. We have the Octagon out of 8, 2021. It's his SGC 9, 25 bids. So there's been a bit of action here. That was September 12th. Going back almost a month ago, 25 bids is quite a lot, to be fair. And this is a big chase. Obviously, it's a rookie card. It's numbered to 8. It's an SGC 9. But that doesn't mean there was 25 bidders. Obviously, that could have just been 2 or 3 bidders. Maybe some collectors of Brandon's who really wanted that card and they just got stuck in a bidding war with each other. But that's interesting to see. Both of these guys, both young men, I believe they both had the same amount of wins. It's like 14 wins. Brandon's had more losses. He's had a few more losses than what Askarov has, as I mentioned earlier. He's only had the 1 loss. It's number 4 and 5, I believe, of the flyweight division, so they are pushing towards that title run. I think if Askarov wins this, we're going to see another big bump in his price. As I said, they've took a massive hit. Honestly, I think his cards have dropped maybe 50%. So I think a lot of that will rebound. If he wins this, he's going to get pushed towards the title and the hype's going to be a little bit back around him. Brandon, as I said, Brandon's already had a few more losses. We can see that a little bit more in his pricing. Other than that Octagon Prizm, there wasn't a lot of action around his card prices. But if he wins, as I said, it's going to bump his prices up because he's going to be next in line getting close to that title picture. So, of course, if a fighter is fighting around a title championship match, it puts his name in the spotlight and it also then increases card prices. That's just how it works in the UFC. Both of their prices are already flying under the radar, so another loss on their record doesn't really do that much to their card prices, but we definitely see a bump if they win. So it's going to be interesting and that'd be a good match. So I think if Cub wins this, we're going to see, being his debut fight in bantamweight, he could make, potentially, he has a big enough name. He could make a run in the bantamweight. I mean, the bantamweight is a very stacked division, but he could be making a run in that division if he wins. If he wins in an impressive fashion, maybe gets a good knockout, maybe gets a nice TKO or even a slick submission, then I think we are going to see a bit of a bump in his pricing. Of course, same thing again, going to sound repetitive, nothing too extravagant, maybe 10-15%, but there will be a bump if Cub Swanson can get that debuting bantamweight win. Alright, now quickly, want to show you some pickups. Use Ship My Cards. Finally got my first package arrived from them, safe and well priced. Can't recommend them enough. Not obviously they're not sponsoring me or anything, but I just love their service. Starting first, with this man, Brandon Moreno. Bought this card. It's just a green Fearless, but I really love the green prisms. I love the refraction of the green colour. But I bought this card as he won the interim title, and I like to buy cards in that moment when I know that I want to remember that moment, remember the feelings that I had. That was such a roller coaster fight. Kai Kara France was doing very well against him. I was losing a bit of confidence in how the fight was going, but of course Moreno still pulled it off. And I was so happy for him, and I had to buy this card to remember that. Got another one here. It's just a season ticket, the rookie season ticket for Kevin Holland. I'm a PC of Kevin Holland, PC of Moreno. And the last one I just want to quickly show. I've been speaking about this. I mentioned about this last week. I do think that GSP is a good buy for long term. And this was one of the first cards I got of his. I've had this one for a while now. I hope you can all see it. It's the PSA 8 of his round 2 2009 Topps release product. A bit of a debate. I'm not sure who's having the debate, but I have seen a lot of people say that the 2009 round 1, first round being the first release, therefore a lot of people would argue that any fighter releasing that product, that would be their true rookie card. But for me, I mean, I'm biased because I'm holding this round 2 card. It's still a 2009 product. It's still a product released from the first year of 2009 Topps UFC product. So I still consider this to be a rookie card. It's no different from a Select or Panini product. Obviously, Select gets released after Prism, but they both still have rookie logos on them. So I consider this to be a rookie card of his. It's a PSA 8. It's not the best. But there's not too many of these. I believe this is only a pop 5. And there's no rated gem mint 10s. So I believe that overall, for what I paid for this card, I think it's very good value in it. Same thing with all my purchases being PC or long term. I've got to personally like the card. I've got to personally like the card and be happy to sit with it regardless of the pricing. Of course, I hope that as the years go on, maybe 5, 10, 15 years, 20 years, I hope this card goes up, but if it doesn't, I can happily hold it. So that's the way that I look at my long-term buys, is it has to be a product that I'm happy with. It has to be a card that I'm happy to hold no matter what happens with the pricing. So there we have it, guys. Just want to really send the thanks for all the support again. Thanks for watching today's episode. And next week we have the massive UFC 280. I'm hoping to do that over 2 parts because it's such a big event. There's so many fighters I want to cover, including my favorite of all time. But we will continue with that next week. If you're liking the content, keep giving me that support. It really helps me. And let's get this UFC card community out to the masses. I appreciate all of you, and we'll see you next week back here at UFC Card Talk.